A lot of runners, especially older runners and runners doing ultra distance events, suffer from tight and painful hip flexors. When they look for answers to this problem, they get told by physios and personal trainers that they need more strength in their hip flexor muscles, and they're given a strength program to follow. In my opinion, that is the wrong thing to do. Let me explain why. Now, if you've just had a hip operation, or you're a footballer who's torn a hip flexor from a massive kick, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the vast majority of runners whose hip flexor pain has come on gradually over a few months, like most overuse running injuries do. When you run for a long time and you start getting tired, most people start sinking in their hips like this. That makes it harder for your glutes to work efficiently, so your hip flexors kick in more to help you move. The longer you run in the fatigue position like this, the more likely it is to happen. If this sounds like you, then your problem isn't weak hip flexors, it's the fact that they're doing too much work because your posture's rubbish. If you stayed standing up straight, then your glutes would work more efficiently and your hip flexors wouldn't get overworked, so they'd be much less likely to get tight and painful. In essence, you've got two options to fix this. Number one, you can develop the world's strongest hip flexors so they can allow you to run longer with crappy posture, or two, you can strengthen your glutes, mobilize your hips and learn to run with good posture so that you don't need the world's strongest hip flexors. If the ship's already sailed and you're one of the many runners whose hip flexors tighten up, become painful on long runs, then don't aim to make them stronger, do these things instead. This stretch is often referred to as the world's best stretch, and in my opinion, it's certainly right up there. It stretches your hip flexors on the back leg and your hamstring and the groin on the front leg, and if you throw in one of these, it also stretches your lower and mid back. If you can spend 5 or 10 minutes at a standing desk or kneeling on a foam roller while you work, it'll help to break up the long periods of sitting. That way you can stretch your hip flexors and improve your posture during work hours, so you don't have to worry about stretching after dinner. Plus, you'll be spending less time sitting, which is probably the biggest culprit for poor posture in the first place. Do some core exercises, which strengthen your abdominal muscles, your back muscles, and your hip muscles, and these will help you to stay upright for longer when you're running. If you feel like you're getting tired on a run and you can feel your hip flexors tightening up, then focus on standing up tall and taking short steps. That should, at the very least, help to slow down the progression from tight hips to sore hips. There's a ton of other things you can also do to make your hips more mobile and your glutes stronger and your posture better, but work on these 4 things I've just discussed. The world's best stretch, kneeling or standing a bit more at work, do some core exercises, and stand up tall when you run. Do these 4 things for a few weeks and see what difference they make. For a lot of runners, they work surprisingly well.